What this guy Anfernee Simmons is doing right now is absolutely insane. Last night, Anfernee Simmons, the guy basically had 31 points, 5 threes against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And this guy basically, even last week, he had a 45-point game versus the Utah Jazz on December the 3rd. And this guy is only going crazy. So let's talk about him. This guy Anfernee Simmons right now, he's taking the load. As for Damian Lillard, though he's out right now because he's basically dealing with injuries. But this guy's only 23 years old, and basically what Portland's going to put him through is very much insane. Like, you have a better coach in Chauncey Billups who's leading the offense. And basically, he's helping Anfernee Simmons out correctly. But for this season, give me 24 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists on 44% field goal shooting, and 39% from the 3-point line. And he's basically almost shooting about 90% from the free throw line itself. And the guy Anfernee Simmons is pretty much insane. From the 3-point line right now, Anfernee Simmons is shooting over close to 40% from 3. He's basically giving you almost a steal and block per game. And he's giving you 4 assists and 3 rebounds for a guard, which is very great. And Anfernee Simmons is basically, for his true shooting percentage, it basically culminates to about 58%. So he's above the league efficiency. With this guy, Anfernee Simmons, bro, I think he's going to be given a torch for Portland Trailblazers for years to come, because when Dame walks, or if they want to give him a trade package, this guy's upside is pretty much insane. He can shoot the 3, he can do everything for you, and he can basically just be a corner sitter and play defense. But he's basically almost giving you a steal per game, so he can pretty much be alright on the defensive side of the ball. But this guy Anfernee Simmons is pretty much insane. He's basically almost one of the best shooters in the NBA right now, and this guy is having the time of his life. But as for Portland, what they're building right now, as for Damian Lillard, as for last season, it was rumored that he wanted to leave Portland and to basically get traded to another team. But Damian Lillard is the most loyal superstar, so I don't think it will happen. For Damian Lillard, with Anfernee Simmons and others going off, I think Damian Lillard has almost one of the best chances right now to basically go for a title run, or even close to that. As for the Portland Trailblazers, they got to the Western Conference Finals a couple of years ago. So I think for Anfernee Simmons, guys, I'm going to get better, and basically the roster that Portland has around him is pretty much great. You have Shaedon, Sharpe, basically a good shooter and his athleticism. You have Damian Lillard, a point guard who can lead the floor. You have Josh Hart, who's a great bench player who can spread the floor out. And you have Jeremy Grant, who's basically almost an all-star level candidate as well. And you have Yusuf Nurkic there who can protect the paint and basically get lobs for you. But that's not really all I gotta say for today. But this guy, Anfernee Simmons, bro, he's pretty much been a blessing, this guy, for Portland Trailblazers. For Anfernee Simmons right now, he's basically shooting the 3-point shot at basically, I already said, over 39%. And he's hit already 100 threes, which is pretty good. As for Anfernee Simmons as well, he's basically the percent of 3-pointers in which he assisted, it holds up to a 64% margin, which is pretty great. But as you see Anfernee Simmons' shot chart here, he takes most of his shots in the 3, and it's a bit close to the rim as well, as they take most of the shots there, and in the mid-range he basically balances it out. So I think where Anfernee Simmons pretty much plays well above the rim, but he's basically more of a perimeter-centric player. So Anfernee Simmons is very great for him, and for most of his shots, honestly, when the game is in flow, he's taking most of his shots in a flow of events, and Anfernee Simmons, for most of his shots, he's basically carrying the load for Portland right now. As for Anfernee Simmons, his height is at 6'3", and he's only 181 pounds, but that's pretty much good for a point guard position. For Anfernee Simmons, he came from Orlando, Florida, and he basically was a 5-star recruit. And basically for Portland, he didn't really play much in the roster as he's basically a bench warmer, but basically over time, as Portland needed more guard production, they pretty much put him out there. As for last season, he's in and out of the team, but as for last season, he got more play time. When the Blazers started playing more, he got more play time as CJ McCollum left the team, because the Blazers had heavy guard play. We really saw what Anfernee Simmons can do. In 57 games he played, he gave you 17 points, 2 rebounds, and he shot a 3-pointer at 40%. So I think Anfernee Simmons, from what we've seen last year, he's pretty much being used as basically as he's getting more minutes for his production. And for the following season, for the last 3 seasons for Portland, the way he played all of his games, he wasn't really getting a lot of minutes. He was only getting about 15-20 minutes a night, where he would give you close to 10 points per game. But for Anfernee Simmons, I don't think he really was given an opportunity as for the past. But for Portland, they basically tried something new. As for Trailblazers, they had a coaching change. I think Anfernee Simmons could be in the right direction. As for an experienced head coach they have in Chauncey Billups. But Anfernee Simmons, for all his time in the NBA, he even had to play in the G League for a bit to get basically his run and basically his run going for himself. As for Anfernee Simmons, we know what this guy can do. He's basically a high flashy player. He can dunk the ball, he can shoot threes, and he can play defense pretty much okay. So I think Anfernee Simmons is already proving what he did as he made a dunk contest last year. And basically, yeah, I think Anfernee Simmons, he's basically coming to almost one of the top 50 to 70 players in the NBA right now. As for Tyrese Haliburton, he's basically on the same level tier as him because he's playing very well. and giving him close to 25 points per game. So I was honestly, for Anfernee Simmons, if he becomes an all-star, I really wouldn't be surprised. He's basically like a level of OG Anunoby right now, but for a point guard position. But this is very great as the Portland Trailblazers needs right now. And basically, Anfernee Simmons is basically another clone of Damian Lillard. And he'll basically take over the reign of the franchise for when Damian Lillard leaves. Or if the Blazers want to trade for like a Kevin Durant, they'll basically include him in a trade package. And honestly, if he's included in a deal, I wouldn't be surprised myself. As for Anfernee Simmons as well, he also has a 27% usage rate, which is very great for the Blazers offense as they rely very heavy on their guard play. Also, Anfernee Simmons basically has an assist percentage of 20%, which is very great, and every one of his stats are pretty much fine beyond the board. But as for Anfernee Simmons this season, he's basically getting more of a playoff point guard, as basically before in the Trailblazers time, they wouldn't really know where to put him, as they basically split him between the point guard and the shooting guard position. But as for now, he pretty much knows his role. But for the Portland Trailblazers, for their offensive rating, when Anfernee Simmons is on the court, their rating goes up a plus 3.8 net rating, which is very great. And yeah, this is very great for per 100 possessions. For Anfernee Simmons, basically for all the stuff he does on the court, it's pretty much known when he's on the court, he basically causes damage. As for what he's done this season, it's pretty much very much great and unheard of. But yeah, as for Anfernee Simmons, basically wrap this video off, he has very good teammates on our team. He has Josh Hart, he has Damian Lillard, he has Nazir Little, he has Justice Winslow, he has Jeremy Grant, and he basically has a lot of teammates who can basically resonate to, and basically for more of his time in the Trailblazers, they're basically building a young roster they can basically almost contend with, and for making Dame want to stay for the years to come. But basically, Anfernee Simmons just increased his value by now, and he makes the All-Star game even be close to a snub. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's my thoughts on Anfernee Simmons and how he's been playing this season, and why he's basically taking over the NBA and he's basically not heard of. But if you all like the video, and we're very close to 400, so every subscriber is greatly appreciated. And make sure to like, follow, and do all that good stuff. And your boy kdeemo, baby. Make sure to hit that like button and comment, subscribe. I know the last Shaedon Sharpe video did well, though I didn't really think it did well. But make sure to leave a like and do all that good stuff. And I'm out, man. Peace.